Do you want to hide plugins from your entire Minecraft server? Then you've probably already disabled the /plugins command. But there are actually more ways for people to check what plugins you're using. For example, tab completion. So when in Minecraft we type / and after that tab, you will see a gigantic list of all sorts of commands. Now some of these I do have access to, but others I don't have access to at all. Still, I see them here, and it gives away which plugins I'm using. Even popular Minecraft servers like Hypixel don't have all of their plugins hidden. They are actually using Citizens 2, which is a public Minecraft plugin that everyone can just grab. So if even Hypixel's unable to block this, can we? Yes, we actually can. And today I'm going to show you how to do that with a plugin called Plugin Hide Pro. Make sure to subscribe if you've not done so yet. So the first step will be downloading Plugin Hide Pro. Now this is a premium plugin, meaning that you need to purchase it and you need to be logged into a Spigot MC account to see the page. Now it does have a free version, though pretty much everything that makes Plugin Hide Pro so great is not included in that free version. So simply click on download now, and then you also want to click on the other link in the description that will take you to the download page of Protocol Lib. This is a dependency that you also need to install alongside Plugin Hide Pro, otherwise things will not work. So simply click on protocollib.jar and it will start downloading. If you're going to use this on bungee cord, waterfall or velocity, Protocol Lib will not work. But there's another plugin called Protocolize, and that is the one you will need to download in that instant. Now after installing these plugins and rebooting your server, you will see that everything already looks very different now. So for example, when I type /plugins, this is the only thing I will see. Plugins 0. Well, that is obviously not the case. I have quite many plugins installed, but it's just no longer showing up. And when I try to tab complete, you can see nothing shows up. The only thing it shows is Fabric, because I'm currently playing on a Fabric client, and Zoomify, which is one of the mods I have installed. So that's very convenient. And even when I click F3, you can see that the server type is also invisible. I just see Plugin Hide Pro. It is a Plugin Hide Pro server. Now obviously there is a lot to customize here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So inside of the plugins folder of your Minecraft server, there should now be a PL Hide Pro folder. Now inside of there you will see a config.yml, and this one you want to open up. So inside of this config we're able to change pretty much everything. The first option you might want to change depending on your situation is the proxy mode. So in case you are running this plugin on bungee cord or velocity, you want to set it to true. Now it basically explains here that you can install this plugin on all of your servers, so both your proxy and your backend servers. But on all of your backend servers, you need to set proxy mode to true, and you only have to configure Plugin Hide Pro in the config file of the proxy plugin, so not in the backend servers. So that is very convenient. Only one config file where you can change everything for your entire network. Then here we got OP protection. So after enabling this feature, only players inside of this list are able to be an OP on your server. Then scrolling a little further down again, we're getting to the fun part. So this is where you can customize the /pl message. So when I was just in game and I typed /plugins, I saw plugins 0. Well, this message you can customize. So you can, for example, let it say nothing to see here. And now this is the message players will receive. Now, if you have some admins on your Minecraft server that you want to bypass this message and you actually want the server to show them the full plugin list, you can use this permission. If you add this permission to your admins in Lookworms, they will actually get the full plugin list. By the way, this plugin heavily relies on Lookworms and Lookworms permissions. So in case you don't have Lookworms installed already, or you don't know anything about it, I've actually made a full video about that plugin and how it works, and I will leave it linked as a card on this video so you can check it out for yourself. Then scrolling a little further down again, we can change the F3 server brand. So that is what we saw in the F3 menu, but we can change this to anything. For example, Mega Super Epic Server. That sounds like a good name. And then we got another feature, which is the auto lowercase base commands. I would just keep this on true. There's literally no reason to have caps inside of your Minecraft commands, so just don't worry about it. But then we get to the interesting part, creating groups. So this is what a group setup looks like. This group is called default, and it has both commands and tab completion. Now in most cases, commands and tab completion will be the same. Only in rare situations you might want to make it so that people do have access to a certain command, but it's not showing up in their tab completion list. But in most cases, all the commands they have access to, you also want those to appear in tab completion. But over here, you can customize everything. So let me just remove some stuff. I'm gonna only do spawn. And this means that people in the default group will only be able to execute the /spawn command, and this command will also show up in the tab completion. Now this is something I've seen a lot of people struggle with. In the list of commands, you want to put every single command that a player should have access to. If you allow a player access to a certain command, like for example /fly in lookperms, and you don't add /fly here, they will be unable to use /fly. So it is very important that this list matches all the commands that a player of a certain group should have access to. Now what you also want to do is give this permission to your default group in lookperms. So plhide.group name. The name of this group is default, which means this will be the permission you need to add to your default group in lookperms. So let's say you also have a VIP group on your Minecraft server, and you want that VIP group to access different commands and also have a different tab completion. We can totally do that. To do that, you simply want to copy everything it says over here. So all the way from the name of your group until you're at the bottom under inherited groups, you want to copy that part, then press enter 2 times and paste it in. So now we have a default group here and we have a default group here. Now this default group we're gonna rename. So I'm gonna call it VIP, and then I'm gonna change this command to fly. And this one I'm gonna change to fly too. So now for the VIP group, fly will show up in tab completion and they will be able to execute fly. We also want our VIP group to have all the commands and tab completions from the default group. So we want VIP to be able to access /spawn, but also /fly. So to do that, we're gonna inherit the default group. So down here where it says inherited groups, we're gonna change example group to default. And then we're also gonna change the priority to 1. Just make sure it's always 1 number higher than the previous group and you should be good. So now the VIP group will have access to all the commands of the default group and all the commands from the VIP group. Now another very important thing to talk about is the star. So let me give you an example. Let's say you want your VIP group to have access to the /warp command. So there will be -warp. Let's also add that to the tab completion, but now they will still be unable to use /warp because the /warp command on its own does absolutely nothing. The command you want to use is /warp and then the name of the warp you want to go to. So for example, /warp shop. If you want your VIP players to access every single warp, then the command you want to add here is not just warp, but actually warp space star. And this basically makes it so that people can use the /warp and then a warp name and it will actually work. Now this is also very useful if you have, for example, a moderator group and you want your mods to ban people. Then just adding the ban permission is not gonna cut it. You want to do ban star. And then instead of a star in game, you will type a player name. Another very cool thing you can do is add all the commands from a certain plugin. So let's say your VIP rank should be able to use world edit and you want them to use every single world edit command. Then something you can do is type -space, then plugin, colon, and then the name of the plugin you want your VIP players to access all of the commands from. So for example, world edit. This will make it so that your VIP group can access every single world edit command. Now, very good to keep in mind is that this doesn't really work when you're running a network, because on a network, you need to configure all of this for the bungee cord or velocity plugin and not on your backend servers. But a plugin like, for example, world edit is installed on your backend servers and not on your proxy. And because the world edit plugin is not installed on the same server as where this config file is located, it, it will most likely not work. In some cases it will, but in most cases it won't. It is quite buggy. Now let's say you want to add a single world edit command. So not every single command like this, but just a single one. Well, like you might know, world edit has 2 slashes in their commands. So typing -want will actually not work. You will need to add a slash in front, because this slash is not a slash that indicates you're gonna type a command. This slash is part of the command. So for world edit commands, this is the way you want to do it. Now, of course, if you want to make sure that your Lookworms VIP group can use these commands, then this is the permission you need to add to your VIP group. So plhide.group.vip. Then when we scroll a little further down, you can see we have a test group and then a grayed out OP group and star group. So what is this test group? Well, this group will remove all commands from tab completion and block them from being executed. So if you give a particular player or group the permission plhide.group.test, they will be unable to use any command. And then we have an OP and a star group, which are groups that will be added automatically if you are an operator or if you have the star permission in Lookworms. And this will basically allow you to have every single permission. So it will not block anything for you. Everything will just be unblocked. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you've not done so yet. You would really help me out a crazy lot. Also, absolute massive shout out to my channel members for the incredible support. Thank you guys so much. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.